Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm assuming you're here because you want to know how to grow your very own cucumbers. So, luckily, you've come to the right place, as I'm going to show you exactly how. So, basically, all you're going to need is some cucumber seeds, a, what are these called? Cell tray. I'm doing about this size, it's probably, 3 or 4 centimeters wide. They're squares. You can go as big as these, and I won't go any bigger than these to start with. I just haven't got loads of space. I'm just going to do them here for now, just while they germinate. And yeah, and you will also need some lovely fine seed compost. That's pretty much it. You also need some water. But I think that's quite self-explanatory. So, I think we should just get cracking. So, I've got the Telegraph Improved variety. They're an indoor and outdoor variety, so you can grow them in a greenhouse, inside your house, or outdoors. They're all female varieties, so stuff like this, so stuff like cucumbers, courgettes, pumpkins, anything like that. They need to flower, and then they create the vegetable. But sometimes flowers are male, and if they're male flowers, the flowers just die and they don't produce vegetable. But luckily, these ones are all female. They all need to be female flowers. So, on the back, we have got some improved strain of English heirloom variety, bred in 1897, grown in unheated greenhouse or on a sunny patio, and crop fruits up to 45 centimeters long. So, they can grow up to 2.5 metres, 6 centimetres apart, and sow depth 1.2 centimetres. So, sowing is February, March, April. It's currently the 14th of February, I believe. So we are good to sow these now. So, the sowing instructions. Level a module tray of seed compost, firming with the base of another tray. Water well, sow seeds individually on edge, pushing into the compost 1 to 2 centimetres deep. Place in warm 20 to 25 centimetres, cover with cling film and keep moist. So what's quite important is, if you've got a heater propagator, put it in a heater propagator. If you haven't, put it in probably ideally the warmest room in your house that also does get sun. I'd recommend that. Or the warmest bit in your greenhouse, wherever you're growing. So growing on, remove cling film as soon as shoots appear. Keep seedlings in a light position but shade from direct sunlight. When large enough to handle, transplant into 8 centimetre pots of potting compost. Grow on a minimum temperature of 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. Greenhouse planting. Plant 60 centimetres apart in a greenhouse border. Grow bags or 30 centimetre diameter pots. Once a minimum temperature of 12 degrees can be maintained. Water regularly, especially in hot weather, and use tomato food to promote fruiting. If male flowers form, those without a swelling behind them, so basically, so female flowers have got, on the bottom of the flower, it should have a bump, and that's the fruit. If it doesn't, then it's a male flower and you can cut it off. I'd recommend cutting them off as soon as possible, otherwise it takes energy from the plant, and then the female flowers won't get enough energy to grow the fruit, and then they'll just fall off and you'll lose the fruit. So I'd recommend doing that as soon as possible if you see that. I'm trying to focus this. Remove them as soon as they are noticed, as I said. Train up a wire or cane and pinch out growing tips when the plants are as tall as the space allows. Pinch out side shoot tips, a couple of leaves past the female flower. If flowerless, pinch out side shoot tips at 60 centimetres. Outdoor growing, plants may also be grown in pots on a patio or other warm sheltered spots from June. That's if you're in the UK. That's when it's normally warmish. Check plants frequently and harvest fruits before they become overripe. Regular picking will also encourage more fruits to form. So, I think I've done enough talking for now. I think we should get cracking. So I've counted the seeds, you've got 11, and one of them does look like it's not going to grow. I will still plant it, but I don't think it'll grow. So I'll fill this up with my seed compost here, and then we can get to sowing. Right, I've done that. I've poked some holes with my trusty Sharpie. And sewing these seeds are very simple. We are going to get to some complicated sewing very soon. Have I got all the seeds out? We'll find out in a minute. So now this is where you need to be careful. You need to place the seeds sideways. I'm not going to do this on camera. Not like that. Sideways. It's very important that you do it sideways. Otherwise, the seed might rot. And I don't know if it's the same in America, but in the UK, cucumber seeds are very expensive. So you do need to be fairly careful. I'm going to get that done. And then, before you cover them over, make sure you give them a water. We'll do that in a second. So making sure that you've got your seeds sort of standing upright, you're going to want to give them a good, just not much, sprinkling of water, just to make sure that you know the seeds are wet. It may actually tip them, so try and put them upright again. Just trying to make sure that they are wet. Just because these shells are quite hard, so then they might just, the water has to get into the seed, obviously, for it to be able to germinate. You want to make sure that it doesn't rot. So I will cover them over with the soil and we can bring them inside. Right, so I've got them on the windowsill, and you might be able to tell I have actually got a cucumber coming up. I literally have not had a chance for the past week to film this bit of the video. I really apologise there. But basically, I'll just demonstrate watering. You just want to give them a good, maybe a bit more than this, but just a good solid water. Oh, there's this one coming up too. But yeah, that's been about 5 or 6 days, which is brilliant. Come up nice and well. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video then. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, as it really helps me and the channel out very much. And I'll hopefully see you again very soon.